Yes, happening live and direct. Neba ebi bubu. A junction eba nde ya saga kita ka onon government bo burunda. Ya security neche ba dia. Yeah, the security neche ba.
Now welcome to this channel where we give now won't get updates on waiting they happen for Biafran territory as the Islamic State police they collect Wötó. This known as the second part of the Wötó. Now I say make I bring a corner and I want make now listen to the update on this our voting and our referendum with Prime Minister they pay emphasis on. Make now listen.
Getting closer to our freedom. And for that reason, there is need to carry everybody along. As a government, we believe that the Biafra government will be the first government in Africa that will practice a true democracy. Government of the people, by the people, and for the people. For that reason, as we are stepping forward into a historic moment in our pursuit for freedom, it has become imperative that we start to preach, and not just preach, but to practice what we preach. That necessitated the call for application for those Biafrans who feel that they want to be part of this historic moment that is to come. I told you to go and write it down. The time is coming when you will write the history of Biafra. You are going to write that for 2 years or 3 years, we're observing civil disobedience, followed by a little uprising that will follow immediately after the declaration of the restoration of independence of Biafra this year, by the special grace of God. Government should be dissolved and abolished. That is what gave the America the right to declare independence again. Are you going to look at Nigeria and say Nigeria have not destroyed your life? As a Biafran, as indigenous person, are you going to look at Nigeria today and say Nigeria have not destroyed your liberty? Are you going to look at Nigeria today and say that Nigeria has not destroyed the pursuit of your happiness? Everything that required Nigeria to be abolished, Nigeria have done it. They have destroyed your life, your liberty, and the pursuit for your happiness. Everything has been destroyed. That was the ground America laid in 1776, Declaration of the American Independence. They went further to say that to secure this right, which Nigeria has destroyed, governments are instituted among men, deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. We have demonstrated that, like I explained just a few seconds ago, that whenever any form of government becomes destructive of this end, it is the right of the people to alter or to abolish it. When government becomes destructive of your life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, it becomes the right of the people to destroy that particular and abolish that particular government. That is what Biafra will do this year. And you are going to be part of those that will draft the wording of the Biafra Declaration of the Restoration of Independence that will happen here in Finland, 2024, by the special grace of God, because there are a lot of things that needed to be done to set the stage for Helsinki Second Convention. And to institute a new government, laying its foundation on such principle and organizing its powers in such form as to them shall seem most likely to affect their safety and happiness. Prudence, indeed, will dictate that government long established should not be changed for light and transient causes. And accordingly, all experience had shown that mankind are more disposed to suffer while evil are sufferable than to right themselves by abolishing the forms to which they are accustomed. But when a long train of abuses and usurpation pursuing invariably the same object evinces a design to reduce them under absolute deposition, it is their right, it is their duty to throw such government and to provide new guard for the future security. Biafra has done exactly the same thing by throwing away the evil and destructive government of Nigeria within Biafra land, and we have designed a new government to offer a better solution, to provide new guard for the people of Biafra. That is why you are not getting killed today in the eastern Nigeria, because of the Biafra government and Biafra Liberation Army. Such has been patent sufferance of these colonies, and such is now the necessity which constrains them to alter their former system of government. All these things will be the background for us, the Biafra people, to alter and abolish Nigeria government this year. The history of the present King of Britain is a history of repeated injuries. The present government of Nigeria, supervised by the British, the same Britain that America declared the independence against in 1776, the same we have recorded and witnessed the history of a repeated injuries against Biafra and usurpations, all having indirect object the establishment of an absolute tyranny over the state. To prove this, America listed fact of their grievances for the declaration of the United States of America independent. So I'm going to stop here. And of course, in going through some of the declaration, the job of the board or the committee for drafting our wording, our declaration wording, will be to research on all the declaration that I'm going to provide to them as the Prime Minister of Biafra Republic Government in Exile, and they will come up with a more befitting wording, declaration wording for Biafra. We are not going to, we have different under Nigeria. Those problems will be listed from A to Z in our declaration. And those who will be opportune to be in Finland will have the opportunity to have their name and signature appended on the declaration document. It is the highest history you can make. Opportunity is here for your name to be part of the history, just like what I posted today on the declaration of the Lithuanian Act of 1990. You see the signature of the people. Those that will be coming to Finland this year, convention, the second convention, will have the opportunity to have your name and signature on our declaration. It is the highest thing that will happen to mankind. Many people that signed the American Declaration are still here. Their names are still written boldly after over 200 years. You see, that's why it is very, very important that in the Biafra government, in the declaration of Biafra in Finland, we want to see at least 2 representatives from all states in Finland, because your name will be there. If you go to the U.S. Declaration of 1776, Georgia have 3 representatives. Maryland had 5 representatives. Delaware had 3 representatives. Massachusetts has 4 representatives. North Carolina had 3 representatives. Virginia had 7 representatives. New York had 4 representatives. Rhode Island had 2 representatives. New Jersey had 5 representatives. Connecticut had 4 representatives. Southern Carolina had 4 representatives. And then, of course, another Massachusetts have also 1 representative. And then we have Pennsylvania had 9 representatives. New Hampshire had 2 representatives, and the other New Hampshire have another 1 representative. At the end of the day, you have about 50-something people that signed the Declaration of the Independence of the United States of America. Biafra will do even better than this year. Our target is to have our grievances, our institutionalizing declaration, and our commitment declaration and achievement listed on the wording of the declaration. And then with all the killings, Islamization, how Nigeria become Islamic state, Islamic nation in 2023, as pronounced by the British David Macron, and Nigeria involvement in the war against Israel. And then also the pronouncement of Nigeria as Islamic state without the consent of every other person. In the midst of the dangerous diversity, a lot is to be listed so that whenever anybody is coming across the declaration of Biafra in Helsinki, they will know that indeed it was a very grave mistake for Nigeria to be one for this long. We are going to also list debts that have caused by Nigeria since after the Biafra genocide as part of the reason. We will also list the reference made by the Secretary of the State in those days, where he said that Nigeria was a mistake that will continue to take the life of people, and that has continued to happen. So in order to stop Nigeria from taking the life of the people, we need to abolish Nigeria, and that's our target this year, and it must be achieved. After the declaration of Biafra, restoration of independence in Helsinki, we will now end everything with Wotø. It is a forceful takeover and chasing away of every presence of Nigeria. It is called abolish. When you abolish them and destroy every presence of Nigeria within Biafra land. By then, those who are courageous enough to be part of the progress of Biafra, I'm talking about countries now, will step in boldly. By the time they step in boldly, the Iduakanonu or the fight will not last more than 3 months. I'm telling you the fact. We are not going to fight conventional war. I've said it several times. Nigeria will do everything to draw us into conventional war. I am in charge. We can never go into conventional war. We will deal with them slowly until they are gone.
Yes.
But the declaration of the restoration of independent state of Biafra must happen this year.
Now welcome back to this channel. Yes, now you're waiting Prime Minister talk. The declaration of the Biafra Republic government in exile don't take place already. The declaration of restoration of Biafra will take place this year. Now why we dey pray to God, say make that Yakubu, make it there alive to see waiting, allow make it happen many years ago after the Aburi Convention, where Iman, our great leader, say they don't go into war, but he can't go for behind, can't fight the Indibos and buy many, almost more than 5 million of us. For this matter, me I go rest my case.